Hi everyone, my name's Cara. I'm one of the careers advisors here at UWS, and today I want to give you a brief overview on how to get graduation ready. So what we're going to look at is when, how and where to apply for graduate jobs. Now there's lots of options that are available to you when it comes to graduating. It might be that you want to take part in a graduate scheme or that you want to go the graduate job route. It may be that you want to stay on at university and continue in postgraduate study, or you might want to go directly into a non-graduate role that you can start immediately. For example, it might be that you start a manager position at your part-time job. Today, what I'm primarily going to be looking at is graduate routes. So if you're unsure about what direction you want to go in, then please do book an appointment with a careers advisor because we'd love to chat to you about your options. Now, the key difference between a graduate job and a graduate scheme is that a graduate job most often requires you to hold a degree that is relevant to the job or sector. So you're expected to have a certain level of knowledge of that field that you will have covered as part of your degree. So for example, for an engineering job, you'd be required to have an engineering qualification and specific knowledge and skill set. Now they are still open to recent graduates, so they don't necessarily require you to have work experience. And they are advertised all year round, so usually students will start applying for a graduate job when they come to the end of their studies around April, May time. A graduate scheme is slightly different in that they're often open to all disciplines, and they are a structured training program where an employer commits to developing your career within the organisation. In some cases, there might be further studies and exams as part of that, which are funded by the employer. So an example of this would be an accountancy grad scheme, which you can apply for with any degree, and you just simply have to go through the recruitment process and be willing to undertake the work involved to become a chartered accountant, including passing exams. Now, the commitment for a grad scheme is usually 1 to 3 years, and you'll often rotate around different departments and often stay on to work for that company after that. They open their applications much earlier than a graduate job, and they have quite a long recruitment process with several stages, so many of them will have been open from September already. You can find these advertised on graduate-specific websites, and I'll give you some links to some of those after the presentation. Now, the advantage of a grad scheme is that it can allow you to go in a different direction, which is unrelated to your degree choice. So there are some jobs that are just open to all graduates of any discipline. Now, they're included in the list on the left there, so you can see you might want to go in a management role, or finance, or recruitment, or sales. You, of course, will have a very specific skill set as part of your degree, and you may want to go in a computer networking position. But there are also other skills that you can apply in a wider technical or computing role, as you can see in the column on the right. So do consider the breadth of options that's available to you when it comes to your career planning. Now, once you know what the options are, it's good to plan your applications according to deadlines. Planning ahead is key to prioritising your applications. Now, grad schemes, as I mentioned, are often open from September, and they will close usually around February and March, so it's good to prioritise them first. Graduate jobs you can apply for later as you come to the end of your studies. Postgraduate courses are often open quite late into the summer unless they're very competitive. So for example, the PGDE in Teaching Masters closes its applications in January. So the key message here is do your research on the deadlines and plan accordingly. Now, there are loads of useful websites that you might want to use in your job research. Some of these on this slide, such as GradCracker, Milkround and Target Jobs, are graduate-specific websites. So they'll have loads of opportunities for graduates specifically. Others that you can see there are tech-specific, so such as Technojobs or IT Jobs, and they will advertise jobs of all levels, but will also have jobs that might be of interest to you. Another way to search for job opportunities is to go directly to company websites. So you might, for example, want to work for the NHS or for a company in the finance sector. They will also advertise opportunities across different sectors. So just because it's not a tech company doesn't mean that there's not a role that's relevant to you. Another great tool to use in your job research is to use social media. You can follow companies, see what opportunities they're posting, and you can also find out more about the company. What are they posting about? What are their values? What are their priorities? Would you like to work there? It's also great to do that research prior to applying for a job to show that you know that information. Do also use the university. For example, you might have attended our computing networking event where you get to network with employers and make connections that way. There are other opportunities that will be available to you through your lecturers and through the career service. So do keep up to date with the events that we have on so that you can maximise your networking and contacts. So what do you do now? Well, once you've decided on your next steps, you can start applying for jobs. Applying for graduate jobs usually includes uploading an up-to-date CV and completing a job application. If your job application is successful, you may be invited to an assessment centre or straight to an interview. I don't have time to cover all of that in this presentation, so what I've done is I've included some links to some short animated videos that cover the basics of CV writing and interview skills. And there's loads of information on our Careers and Skills website where you can upload your CV and get some AI feedback, or of course you can book an appointment with a careers advisor. We'd be more than happy to speak with you. I've included my email address and the link to the Careers and Skills website. Please do send me an email if you've got any questions off the back of this presentation. I'd love to speak with you.